in 23 plus years of walking with Jesus, I've noticed that there's these different seasons. Sometimes I feel so close to God. Like I feel his presence. I feel his joy and his peace. So I'm walking hand in hand with him. And then there is these seasons like I just came out of where I just feel dry. I feel a little bit distant from him, right? I've always wondered, why the different seasons and what happens? Is there something that I'm doing wrong? And really, this is the answer that God has been giving me more and more. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then all these other things will be added unto you," right? What I find is that when I'm really close to Jesus, at some point I start focusing on sin management. I'm like, okay, he said, be holy as I am holy, so I got to start focusing on being better and better and better. Or you start focusing on the works, the things that you're doing, the activities you're doing for God, the good things you're doing. And yes, it says in the Bible that we should let our good works shine before men so that they would end up glorifying God because of it. These are all good things, but we end up taking our eyes off of Jesus and putting them on all the other things, right? So yes, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. But even underneath that, a layer deeper is the great commandment, that we would love God with all our heart, mind, strength, and soul. That we would literally make him the apple of our eye, that we wouldn't take our eyes off of him, that the holiness that we have and the things that we do right and the good deeds that we have, the good works that we let shine before men, those all come from abiding in Jesus and being focused solely on him. And so a lot of times when we shift from feeling close to him to a drier season, it's because we've taken our eyes off of him, the giver of the gifts, right? And we've put them on the gifts or the other things. And so the other day, my friend Gavin Norris sent me this video from the pastor at Jesus Image. I think his name's Michael Koulianos. But I'm going to show just a clip from it. Man, it just blessed me. It was right before I had to preach a sermon on a big stage at church yesterday. It was exactly what I needed to hear. To put my eyes not on the sermon, not on all the other things I'm doing, but just to go right back to the love of Jesus. Experiencing his love, loving him back, and just resting in that, being yoked with him in that. And man, it just blessed me tremendously.
2006, I was a broken, discouraged young man. I was in the ministry, but my heart wasn't pure. I wasn't living in, horrible habitual sin, but my motives, they were not about loving Jesus. They were about results, impacting more people, having a bigger church, seeing more healings. And that day in Canaan, Sister Pinea and Sister Rebecca began to minister to my heart. And I asked them about 20 different questions, and they gave me the same answer for every question. Just to be completely honest, it was annoying at first because I was asking very practical questions. Should I leave California and move to Florida? And this would be their answer. Find the love of Jesus and love him back. I thought, what does that have to do with knowing where I should live? I said, sister, should I stop pastoring and become an evangelist? They'd say, find the love of Jesus and love him back. I said, how do I start a ministry? Find the love of Jesus and love him back. What I realized that day was that the pure simplicity of loving Jesus exposed the mixture in my own heart. And I went home and read my all for him, and my whole life changed. No longer did I want to lead people to the Lord just to lead them to the Lord or to get them out of hell, though I believe that. After I read my all for him, it became about offering Jesus something that would ease his broken heart. And every altar call became an offering to Jesus. Every time I prayed for the sick, it was an offering to Jesus.